Political warfare, water and food, pills for everything. Let me put you in the mood. Wall Street, Enron, your pension and 401k bang gone. Racial tension in high places. We don't see racism, we erase it. Brutality, we replace it. Give you a dose of your medicine, taste it. Legislation setting traps, chasing anything dark, black, blind, red, or Haitian. Contemplating, everybody hating. Infiltrated, military bases. Home sweet home, turn sour. When nobody's scared to die, shock of the hour.
No one can make an intelligent decision without being properly informed. This is why this world wants to control the media. This is why media hype can take you up, take you down. So you don't know anymore who's really good, because the media can make a wicked man look good and make a good man look evil. That is why. I can't quit. I'm like Saddam, keeping my eye on Clinton, watching each movie he make. Cause every slither he takes sort of reminds.
Good evening. Peace. Abarigani. Hotep. Assalamu alaikum. I am your illustrious host, Brother Herman Muhammad, and you are watching a special edition of the Final Call News Hour. First off, I want to say Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Come on in the room. We got a lot to talk about. The Final Call News Hour is the partner of the Final Call newspaper and the Final Call online edition that you can visit at finalcalldigital.com. And I would encourage each and every one of you who are listening to the sound of my voice, who are viewing this video, to subscribe to the digital edition of the Final Call newspaper, where you can get powerful news stories every week that aren't covered in traditional media outlets. Again, I am your illustrious host, Brother Herman Muhammad, and Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. I want to read something from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan with regards to this new year. And let me give you a shot of him. And it's very short. It's very short, but we want to start this thing out right. Wishing our beautiful audience a Happy New Year. Let me give you a shout of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This is dated December 31st. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, I bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and I bear witness that Muhammad is his messenger. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be unto you, to the believers, our people, and all those of goodwill. On behalf of myself, my family, and the nation of Islam, we pray that Allah God will bless us with a year of progress, health, and peace. Though the hour is dark and dangerous, those of us who try to be better than we were last year and as good as we can be this year, Allah God will bless us and take us through the darkness of this hour to the joy of the dawn of a new day and a new year. Sincerely and respectfully, I am your brother and servant, Louis Farrakhan, servant to the lost found nation of Islam in the West. That's a New Year's message from our beautiful and beloved leader, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. I am your host, Brother Herman Muhammad, and you are watching the Final Call News Hour. Miss Yolanda, I see you. Brother Rico, assalamu alaikum. We're going to get right into it, fam. And I know there's a whole lot going on. There's a whole lot going on in the hells of North America. There's a whole lot going on. And the country's on fire. So what you going to say about it, Brother Herman? What you going to say about the country being on fire? What are you going to say about what's transpiring in Washington, D.C.? Big Mike, peace. I got to tell y'all, I'm not going to say nothing. I'm going to say absolutely nothing with regard to what's going on in Washington, D.C. And I have to tell you all, I got my bow tie on. I got my suit. I'm suited and booted. Ready to get at it. I'm not going to say anything because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan hasn't said anything. And in the Nation of Islam, we don't speak ahead of our leadership. We're a military line organization, which means we follow divine instructions by our divine commander-in-chief. And so I'm not going to say anything about that. But what I am going to say, family, is that it's a brand new year. And we could talk about what happened in 2020. Let me show you a shot of the last final call, 2020. What did it mean to Black America? But more importantly, what I want to talk about today, as more and more people are entering into the room. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Jake, Brother Chuck, assalamu alaikum. What I want to talk about today, in the wake of all of this madness that's taking place in the United States of America, is what are we going to do? Are you listening, family? What are we going to do? What are Black people in America going to do? What's the steps that we should be taking as America is making its fall? And if you want any comment with regard to what's going on in Washington, D.C., I would refer you to a very powerful book. Do I have one here? I know I got one. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Pardon me, family. A very powerful book. If you want to know what's going on right now, get this book right here. The Fall of America. If you want to know what's going on, I will refer you to a lecture from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan that he did, his last Savior's Day message, February of last year, that was entitled The Unraveling of a Great Nation. I would refer you to a lecture that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan did in July of this year, of 2020, July 4th, entitled The Criterion, if you want to know what's going on. Because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told us that there would be days like this, and now we're seeing them. But we need to prepare in 2021 for what we're going to do as America is unraveling. And so this edition, the current edition of the Final Call, and if you're in the room, let's get some likes, man. Let's get some thumbs up. Let's get some thumbs down. I don't care. If you're watching this via YouTube, same scenario. Let's get some likes. Let's get some shares, some dislikes. I don't care. Just as long as we get some movement on this video so that people can become more familiarized with this information that we find in the Final Call newspaper. Again, I'm suited and booted, y'all. I got my suit on. It's time. The bow ties are back out. But again, this issue of the Final Call newspaper that we want to deal with today, the current edition, is respect protect the black woman. Y'all didn't hear me. Respect, protect the black woman. When police terrorized the Chicago social worker, leaving her nude and handcuffed after smashing down her front door, anger has been intense, pain has been deep, and the demand for justice has been strong. And coverage for this particular story begin on page 4 of this issue of the Final Call newspaper. Again, and if you are in a space where you can't get your hands on a Final Call newspaper, the hard edition, we want you to go and get the digital edition. And you could do that simply by subscribing to the Final Call at finalcalldigital.com. If you're coming into the room, let's hear some likes, let's hear some loves, let's get some shares, let's get this information out to our people. Again, in the wake of everything that's happening in America, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and our editor, Brother Nabah Muhammad, for this issue of the Final Call, we're dealing with respect and protect the black woman. Now you say, okay, what does that have to do with building a black nation in the wake of America falling like she is? We're going to get into that. We're going to get into that by Allah's permission. So on page 4, and I want to hip y'all to this, man, because I honestly didn't know about this story until this edition of the Final Call came in this week on Wednesday. And again, the issue is respect, protect the black woman, but it talks about the story of this sister named Anjenette. She's in Chicago. A 50-year-old sister named Anjenette Young. And the story goes, let me just read it. And this is going to be a little shocking, but it's important. Anjenette Young recently got her heart-to-heart talk with Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot. According to the mayor's press office, details of the meeting, which took place December 31st, were not disclosed, but a joint press statement released by the mayor's office called the meeting very candid and productive. Okay, so y'all don't know where I'm going, right? But Anjenette Young, here's the story. We both acknowledge that today's conversation was but a step towards Ms. Young's healing, the statement read. Today's conversation was not a resolution to the problematic issues that both parties acknowledge exist, which led to the events of February 21st, 2019, at Ms. Young's home. However, there could be no resolution without first engaging in a substantive conversation. Okay, so here's the story. Miss Young is the 50-year-old black social worker who was handcuffed, listen, naked by Chicago police in a wrong raid on her near West Side apartment in February 2019. See you later. The incident was caught on police body cam video, which showed Miss Young standing handcuffed, naked, and terrified as police rummaged through her apartment. In the footage, Miss Young is heard telling police 43 times that they have the wrong house and was not allowed to dress. It took police nearly 40 minutes to finally cover the black woman with a blanket and then eventually to get dressed. Man, Brother Sharif, assalamu alaikum, brother. Sister Jacqueline, it's good to see you. Brother Tariq, salam alaikum. Listen, So this is the story of this sister, and I didn't know it, y'all. I mean, man, look, I read the Final Call every week, but I haven't heard this story until this issue of the Final Call, and this happened in February of 2019. This sister, Anjenette Young, and here's a picture of the young lady. She's a 50-year-old grandmother, social worker, who the police, as usual, Miss Sharice, good to see you. The police, as usual, we've heard the story time and time again, raid the wrong house and pull this woman out of her house, don't even have the decency to allow her to get dressed, have her butt naked outside for 40 minutes while they raid her house. Now, man, this should incense us, especially as black men. This should incense us. This should incense us. An earlier meeting between the two, that's Mayor Lightfoot and Miss Young, was called off when Mayor Lightfoot balked at the meeting's terms. Miss Young requested the meeting be held at her church, Progressive Baptist Church, followed by a town hall meeting with the mayor, city alderman, and police superintendent David Brown. But anyway, I mean, I can get into the details of the story, but my point is, family, is as America, this great nation, is unraveling all around us as a people, we need to get our stuff together. And part of that, really the most important part of that, in truth, is the respect and protection of our women. I don't know if y'all hearing me. It's interesting. Now I want to give you a clip before I get into the next, because I want to do something that I normally don't do with the Final Call News Hour. But I want to show you a video of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and he was talking to our rappers at a hip-hop summit at Justin's restaurant, that's P. Diddy's restaurant in Atlanta, some few years back. But what he is saying is still relevant today. So I want you all to listen to this, and then we'll get some feedback. And then we'll go right into the next article, which is totally related to our sister Anjenette's situation and how black women should be treated as we go forward to build our nation. But this right here, family, is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Look into Washington. If we are not in unity, we can't force the Justice Department to do right by us. So we're going to have to unite and be willing to pay the price to be free. It's better to be dead than to live like we're living. You don't have any life. Look at your people. Beautiful young black girl in West Virginia. But it's because of us that don't love and respect our women enough. That a white man could do that to a black woman and expect nothing in return. Go ahead. No people allow their women to be hurt and they don't come back with something. What kind of men have we become? And as long as your woman is a bitch and a whore in your mind, you'll never stand up for her. And if you won't stand up for her and the children that she produces for us, it is better that we be dead. And soon you will be. We got to stand up.
All right. Straight fire. Straight fire on that behind. Listen, that's the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'm saying that with regards to our sister who's described in this article, her whole situation, Sister Anjenette Young, being held out butt naked while the police raid her house wrongfully. They got the wrong house. Are y'all listening? Hold for 1 second. I mean, are we listening? Did we hear the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? We can't allow the enemy to disrespect our women. That's the crux of this message. See, while America is unraveling, we got to be putting our communities back together. And the first thing that we got to do, brothers, and I'm speaking to the brothers, is honor and respect our women. Man, this is real talk, man. This is real talk. And Sharice, you're right. The sad part is the Chicago police did try and cover it up. And it is covered in this latest edition of the Final Call. Respect and protect the black woman. This is the current edition. Let me show you. Respect, protect the black woman. Respect, protect the black woman. And like I'm saying, fam, I wanted to do something a little bit different this evening with the Final Call News Hour because, you know, enough is being said about what's going on in Washington, D.C. And I'm going to have some comments later on, but tonight's not the night for that. Tonight, we're going to talk about what it is that we need to do as a family. And again, the first thing is to respect and protect the black woman. Because according to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, and according to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, I gotta tell y'all that they teach us, and this is why I love being in the nation of Islam, that a nation could rise no higher than its woman. A nation could rise no higher than its woman. And that the black woman, the one that we call all these names, brothers, the ones that we allow to be disrespected on the daily, brothers, that the black woman is the original woman. She's the mother of civilization. That without the black woman, none of us will be here. And I'm not just talking about black people. I'm talking about no people will be here. For she is the original woman. She is the original womb from which all humanity came from. Man, I just got to keep it 100. This is how we going to raise up our nation. The only way we're going to raise up our nation is if we raise up our woman. That puts a responsibility on us, but it also puts a responsibility on you too, sister. You got to be who God wants you to be. So, on page 20 of this Final Call newspaper. Get your final call, man. And if y'all coming into the room, hit some likes, hit some loves, share. We talking about the black woman. We talking about healing the black family. I got my suit and my bow tie on, fam. Y'all know why Muslims wear the bow ties in the nation? Muslims wear bow ties in the nations because a bow tie back in the day was indicative of service. We wear bow ties because we are in the business of serving our people. Oh, y'all gonna learn today. It's nation time. So, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's article, and in this edition of the Final Call newspaper, and here's a picture of our beloved messenger / exalted Christ, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. His article always appears on page 19 of every edition of the Final Call newspaper. And his article is entitled "The Black Woman," this edition. This is the first edition of the Final Call in 2021. We're not talking about what's going on in the world in terms of the madness that's taking place. What we're talking about is respecting our woman, the first issue of the Final Call newspaper. For the year, we setting the tone. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's article always appears on page 20. And his article in this edition of the Final Call newspaper is entitled "The Sacredness of the Female." The sacredness of the female. Now, I want to talk about this article, "The Sacredness of the Female," because I just want y'all to get a proper understanding of how we view the woman in the Nation of Islam. And the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan starts this article out. "In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Throughout the earth, the female has and continues to suffer the abuse of men and the abuse of societies that have not clearly understood the extreme importance and tremendous value of the female." Now, understand, I'm reading this, and this is written by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It's actually a transcript of his words. But this is the same man who the enemy mischaracterizes as being misogynist or a hater of women. He continues, "In many societies, when a female child is born, there is great disappointment, and the female is looked down upon as someone so much less than the male, which leads to abuse, the lack of proper care, education, and cultivation of her gifts and talents, and lack of appreciation to Almighty God Allah for the gift of women. The Holy Quran teaches us that both male and female have the same essence or come from the essence or being that is Allah, the all-wise God. He has given both male and female complementary natures which, if acted on properly, help each mate to attain to fulfillment, perfect peace, and full development or perfection." Now I want to stop there. This is powerful, man. Because he's letting us know that in a world that pushes individualism, that as black men, we need black women. And sisters, as a black woman, you need a black man. He continues, The disrespect of women is the reason that the earth and the world is in the condition that it is in. There cannot be a new world except that there is a new and better understanding of the female, which will give us, men, a clearer understanding of self and above all, a clearer understanding of Allah God. In the Bible, Allah God declares, "Behold, I make all things new." The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has taught us that we cannot bring in a new world except that we accept a new idea that will give us a new way of thinking. And that new way of thinking, based on an idea and word that comes directly from the Supreme Being, will give us his sight. We need to see life, creation, and Allah God as he sees himself and sees his creation. If we can begin to perceive reality as God perceives it, then and only then will we treat Allah God and his creatures as they ought to be treated. Oh my goodness. This is so deep. This is so deep. He continues, it is written in the Holy Quran, Surah 2, verse 138, we take Allah, God's color, and who is better than Allah at coloring, and we are his worshipers. Since it is the light of the sun which gives all things their color, then we who follow the light truth sent down by Allah God begin to see or perceive reality as Allah God perceives it. We take his coloring, which is his view. What is Allah God's view of the female? She, this is so important, she is the manifestation of his attribute of mercy to the world. She is undeserved kindness to us, for through her we are extended through generations. It is only through her that we live again and again and again. It is only through her that we continue to move toward the true perfection that Allah God desires for his creation. She is the cornerstone of the family and therefore is critical in the whole process of nation and world building. Man, look, this is deep, man. And I'm going to lose a lot of people, but I'm not tripping. We got to drop these jewels tonight from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, because it's so important that we, in regards to building up our nation, have the proper respect for our female. Understand, fam. Understand, brothers and sisters, that we don't have an existence without the woman. We don't have a future without women. That's why it's so important that men and women find a way to get along, especially black men and black women. We got to find a way to love one another. We got to find a way to relate to one another. We got to find a way to figure out what our roles are in the family and to fulfill those roles so that we can create beautiful families, so that we can create a beautiful community, so that we can create a beautiful nation. Look, America is unraveling, it's falling all around us. But the question is, do we want to fall with her? Do we want to fall with her, fam? Or do we want to do something greater, be something greater? Do we want to take our place? Listen, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that a rising force tears down and pulls apart a falling force. He wrote this book, The Fall of America. And right now, we are witnessing this right now. But as America falls, black people who are the chosen people of God in my humble opinion, have the opportunity to take our place where God wants us to be. But we have to be doing what it takes in order to take our rightful place. We have to qualify ourselves. Part of qualifying ourselves is to treat our women right. My God. It's to respect our women. It's to love our women. Man. How y'all doing? Listen, man, we're coming out of the latest edition of the Final Call newspaper. Respect, protect the black woman. Respect, protect the black woman. And page 4 covers the story of our sister Anjenette Young, who in February of 2019, family, the police raided her home wrongfully, pulled her out of the house naked, and had her standing in the front lawn naked for 40 minutes while they searched her home, and they had the wrong house. Much like these devils, these demons, how they did our sister, but she didn't survive, Breonna Taylor. And she was on this edition of the Final Call. See her right there in the corner. Justice for Breonna Taylor. Much like they did Breonna Taylor, they had the wrong house, kicked in the door, and of course, we know the story. She was murdered, shot to death. The police lose their jobs. Whoop-de-whoop. Big deal. Big deal. Couple of the officers lose their jobs. But she lost her life. So what I'm saying, the message for us, brothers, is that we have to respect and protect our women. And Sister Sharice, I got a copy for you at the barbershop. Come on through. Come on through. You know, we got to see you anyway. Brother Montague, salam alaikum. So, whoop-de-whoop, wham-de-wham, they lost their gigs, but that sister lost her life. This sister is fighting for justice. Sister Anjenette Young, nearly 2 years later, she's fighting for justice. And is she going to get it in Chicago? I don't know. Who knows? They'll probably give her a little pittance for her trouble. A few little dollars or something. I don't know. But the bottom line is, fam, as this nation goes down, we're coming up. But the foundation that we have to build on is a strong family. And the foundation of a strong family is strong male-female relationships. Not male-male. We don't deal with no homosexuality in our new reality because that's not going to build a strong nation. I'm sorry. I don't mean to offend nobody, but that's just the truth. That's just the truth. If you're watching on YouTube, like, share, subscribe. Let's build this channel. The channel on YouTube is youtube.com/Herman Muhammad. Go on and subscribe, man. I need, I want to say 45 more subscribers to get to 1,000. That'll be a nice milestone. But this article, man, is very powerful. Begins on page 20, dealing with the sacredness of the female. And I want to read a little bit more, and then we'll get out of here. And this is about the woman. This is all about the woman. Allah God, and of course this is coming from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, who the enemy says is a misogynist who doesn't like women, right? Here's a picture of our beloved minister. Allah God speaks to us, saying that we should reverence the womb that bore us. According to Random House Dictionary, reverence is a feeling or attitude of deep respect tinged with awe, veneration, a gesture indicative of deep respect and obeisance, a bow or curtsy. I repeat, we must reverence the womb that bore us. Since the womb of our mother is sacred, then this teaches us that the womb of every female is also sacred, for it is from her womb that all the scientists, prophets, sages, messengers, kings, rulers, and gods have come and will come. Oh, man. Did y'all hear me? I got to read that again. Do I need to read that again? I got to read that again. I repeat, we must reverence the womb that bore us. Since the womb of our mother is sacred, then this teaches us that the womb of every female is also sacred. For it is from her womb that all of the scientists, prophets, sages, messengers, kings, rulers, and gods have come and will come. Man, the sacredness of the female. So here's the thing, and I gotta say this too, because in our effort to become more conscious, a lot of times, you know, we're seeing it more online. We're treating and well, I won't say we're treating each other like kings and queens, because I don't know if that's necessarily true, but we say king or queen. We'll say to our sister, peace, queen, or how you doing, queen, or you'll even hear the brothers say it to one another, peace, king. And that's good. That's a nice step, because to call one another king or queen puts value on that person that you're speaking to. And that's good. That's a good step. But I do have to say, when the Honorable Elijah Muhammad came and began teaching us, and when Minister Farrakhan began to rebuild the work of his father, the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in making strong, beautiful black men and women in the nation of Islam, he never referred to us as kings and queens, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad never referred to us as kings and queens. And there's a reason for that. If you watch, there's a series on Netflix called The Crown. And y'all would just indulge me for a second. There's a series on Netflix called The Crown that deal with the most important queen in this modern age. The only, I believe it's, there are monarchies, but it's the most popular modern monarchy and the most popular queen. This show deals with Queen Elizabeth of England, right? But when you study kings and queens, particularly European ones, kings and queens always have subjects, and usually the subjects aren't treated in the best of manners. You know, the kings and the queens get everything, but their subjects are treated as less than. for better lack of a word. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, they never called us kings and queens. In fact, the most Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that I didn't come to make a nation of followers. I came to make a nation of gods. I'm going to say that again. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad, when he came, he said his mission was not to make a nation of followers. His mission was to make a nation of gods. G-O-D-S. So I say all of that to say we can't just treat our women like a queen. That's not enough. But likewise, sister, you can't treat your men like he's a king. That's not enough. But we have to treat one another, men treating women, women treating men. We have to treat one another like gods. G-O-D-S. Now, you said there's only one God, brother. No. David the psalmist said, ye are all gods, children of the most high God. You are God, I'm a God, but we're just with the little g. So the article said, for it is from her womb that all of the scientists, prophets, sages, messengers, kings, rulers, and gods have come and will come. See, we have to treat each other, family, when we talk about respecting the black woman. We have to treat each other like gods. How do you treat God? You treat God with reverence, with respect, with love. You honor God, right? You don't treat him any old kind of way. You don't treat her any old kind of way. We don't treat one another any old kind of way. So the key to, in my view, better male-female relationships, especially in the black community, as we come into our own and as we become a great nation, and I know I'm teaching today, is we have to treat one another like God. I'm going to say it again. Sometimes repetition is good, because you might think that you misheard me. but I got to say it. We have to treat one another like we're God. That's real talk, man. A woman is not lesser than a man. Even though in the Quran, and a lot of Muslims mistake this ayat to make themselves feel superior. It says that women or men are created a degree above women. But that needs to be understood. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that when you talk about degrees, that's a very minuscule measurement. So if it's 98 degrees and he's 99 degrees, that's the same thing, basically. I mean, a degree of separation. Come on, man. But we use that to say that we above, but we not. Men and women, in the eyes of Allah, are equal. We're equal according to our level of submission to do God's will. But we need to learn to respect and protect our women. Listen, I'm going to give y'all the minister again. I got to give it to you. I got to give it to you. This is the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And he's talking about respecting our women and how important it is to respect our women. He was speaking to a group of hip hop artists in Atlanta at Justin's restaurant. That's P. Diddy's restaurant in Atlanta. But here it is real quick.
Look into Washington. If we are not in unity, we can't force the Justice Department to do right by us. So we're going to have to unite and be willing to pay the price to be free. It's better to be dead than to live like we're living. You don't have any life. Look at your people. Beautiful young black girl in West Virginia. But it's because of us that don't love and respect our women enough. That a white man could do that to a black woman and expect nothing in return. Go ahead. No people allow their women to be hurt and they don't come back with something. What kind of men have we become? And as long as your woman is a bitch and a whore in your mind, you'll never stand up for her. And if you won't stand up for her and the children that she produces for us, it is better that we be dead. And soon you will be. We got to stand up.
Man, can't nobody put it down like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. That's why I follow that brother, man. Straight up. He is inspirational. He's a beautiful human being. A beautiful human being who is teaching us right. We running up on time, fam. But I just wanted to say, man, respecting the black woman. Pick up this latest edition of the Final Call newspaper. Respect, protect the black woman. There's a story, begins on page 4, about our sister, Anjenette Young. Pick up the previous edition of the Final Call, 2020. What did it mean to Black America? And as you can see, our beautiful sister, Breonna Taylor, may Allah be pleased with her, on the cover of that, as well as what happened with George Floyd and all of the madness that's been going on in this country as it falls faster and faster. If you all aren't able to make it to Supreme Style Barbers, the best barbershop in the land, to pick up that Final Call, you can always subscribe to the digital edition. Just go to finalcalldigital.com and pick that up. I got so much that I wanted to say, man, but I really wanted to just step in and say peace to the family. I'm trying to make sure that we do a broadcast at least once a week so that we can let you know this valuable information that's coming to us that you're not going to hear or that you're not going to get anywhere else but the Final Call newspaper and the Final Call News Hour. I want to invite you all to tune in to our weekly webcast. This week we have our beautiful brother, Dr. Wesley Muhammad. And let me give you the address where you could tune in. And this is every Sunday. Denver, it starts at 9 a.m. But this week, live from Mas Mariam, he's going to be speaking on Beyond Tuskegee, why black people must not take the experimental COVID-19 vaccine. And if you all don't know about Dr. Wesley, he is a member of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's research team. A exquisite, thorough scholar. And when he comes, he brings the straight facts. So tune in to hear Dr. Wesley this Sunday. If you're in Denver, 9 a.m. At NOI.org. NOI.org, Sunday at 9 a.m. Denver time. Also, if you want to hear messages from the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan on the regular, go to finalcall.com and click on the icon that says Final Call Radio, and you can listen to the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan all day, all night, 24/7, every day. Gotta talk about what we got in Denver. If you're interested in the Nation of Islam and you want to find out what we got going on in the city, go to noidenver.org and you'll find out what we got going on, and you can hit me up, let me know, and we can get you in class and get you started if you want to learn more about the Nation of Islam. What else? I gotta plug me. What else I want to talk about? Because I'm almost done. Oh, one more thing. I gotta plug myself. Your little brother Herman Muhammad wrote a book, How to Get Rich in the Barber Cosmetology Game Handbook. Just visit our website, astar2.com, and click on the link if you want the ebook or the paperback edition. It's right on the home page. Just click on support it. It's on $10 or $12, depending on which edition you get. Support black business. And also, if you want to schedule an appointment at Supreme Style Barbers, the best barbershop in the land, hit me up, man. Just book online. See what times are available. Fridays and Saturdays fill up real quick, but we'll get you in. Listen, man, it has been a blast. Sharice, I'm sure looking forward to seeing you. It has been a blast. It's always an honor to come before you and share this vital information that we get in the Final Call newspaper, the biggest, baddest, blackest, boldest black-owned newspaper on earth. And the most widely circulated black news publication in the world. But I just want to tell you, man, in all sincerity, the point I'm trying to make, and I keep saying this at the end of every show, and I'm going to keep saying it because I think there needs to be a black love movement. The most revolutionary thing that we can do is not to sell this wonderful newspaper or distribute this wonderful newspaper, which is a very revolutionary thing to do, but it's not the most. The most revolutionary thing that we could do is not to open up a black business, although that is revolutionary, and that is something that we definitely should do. But the most revolutionary thing that we can do, black man, is find you a beautiful black woman. Treat her right. Love her. Have some children with her. Build a family with her. Actually marry her. Don't be shacking up. That's disrespectful. Marry the sister. Make a beautiful black family so that we can make a beautiful black community and so that we can make a beautiful black nation that's going to replace this nation that's falling all around us. That's the most revolutionary thing that we can do. Real talk. Straight up. That's my word. That's my word. I think I got everything in, fam. I think I got everything in right in an hour. Because this is the Final Call News Hour. So, hey man, remember, stay black, stay strong. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. If you can, if you got anything of value, man, I'm not gonna put that on me. If you got anything of value, all praise belongs to Allah and the teachers of the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan. Pass it along, share it. There's an effort to silence the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. He's been banned from Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, every social media outlet. They've banned him because of the words that are freeing black people's minds. So anybody who's spreading his word, his teaching, you should spread their word because they're spreading his word, and that will help to get our people where it is that we need to be. I love you all. I thank you. We'll talk to you all next time. Peace. Stay black. Stay strong. We are out.